Yeah, that is exactly right. 6 men have been found guilty in relation to these Brussels terror attacks. Now, there are more charges that are going to be explained by the court going forward. But let me give you these 6 men. Mohamed Abrini, Osama Krayem, Salah Abdeslam, Ali Al-Haddad, Sufi, and Bilal Al-Makuki, and also a man called Usama Attar. Now, Usama Attar is considered to have been an absolute linchpin figure in this, but is also assumed to be dead in Syria and having died some time ago, so evidently tried in his absence. So these other 5 people have all been convicted of murder. There are 2 names that will jump out from that list at anybody who's been following this. The first is Mohamed Abrini, who was captured on a CCTV image. It became globally famous at the time, of 3 terrorists walking into Brussels airport, pushing suitcases in front of them. 2 of those men died. The third was Abrini, who was wearing a hat. He became widely known as the man in the hat as he was being hunted by police. He has been convicted of murder. Now, he was brought up here in Brussels, and one of his childhood friends was Salah Abdeslam, who has also been convicted of murder. That is Abdeslam you're seeing there. Now, he was a significant figure in the Paris 2015 attacks, and was almost the catalyst for these Brussels terrorist incidents, because he had been helping to plan future attacks that they were going to be held in France during the European Football Championships. Then he was clearly on the run, having escaped those 2015 Paris attacks. The French police were after him, so was, of course, in fact, the world's police were after him. He was arrested in Brussels, and at that point, the terrorist cell that he was working alongside, including all of these people convicted today, decided that time was running out for them, and that instead of focusing to the future, they would use their weapons to carry out something shortly. It was only 3 days between the arrest of Abdeslam and these outrages in Brussels. 2 bombs blown up at Brussels airport. Of course, that's where Abrini was. And then a further bomb going off in the Brussels metro. One of these people, Osama Krayem, who was born in Sweden, actually, originally, was also supposed to detonate a bomb on the metro, but seems to have either his device didn't detonate or he got cold feet and fled the scene. So these 6 people have all been convicted. There were 10 people on trial. One of them was cleared by the prosecution. Actually, they asked for charges against him to be dropped, said that they hadn't had enough evidence. His brother, these are the Farisi brothers, was also considered to have rather sort of limited evidence against him. I think there will be interest in the fact that the charges have been, or that rather 2 further men have been acquitted on the charge of murder. As I said, the court is continuing to hear verdicts. This isn't just about murder. It's also about charges of attempted murder, about membership of terrorist organisations, about helping to plot a terrorist attack. But the fact that now we have 6 names, that, by the way, is Salah Abdeslam being pulled into a police car. That was the moment when he was arrested. I think it will feel like some closure. And, Mark, it is worth saying that Abdeslam is already serving 2 very, very lengthy prison sentences, including for his part in the Paris attacks, where he knows he'll never be let out of prison. Abrini also convicted of involvement. That several of these other people also were involved in these Paris attacks. It takes us back to that nexus when there were Europe felt like it was under attack. For Belgium today will feel like a point of some closure.